Everyone, welcome back to Soft Wash Evolution. In this video, I'm washing another new construction home, rinsing off another $1 million property. I've done videos about this before, and in this one, I'm going to show you exactly how I got this one, how I lock them down for the future. And I'm also going to talk to you about the market oversaturation with pressure washing guys. I've been hearing a lot about that, the race to the bottom. There's too many guys doing it. They're all doing it for such cheap ticket prices that you can't seem to make any money. Well, I'm going to show you how to get these and how to combat the $99 guy, how you can get the higher end places, how you can charge what you're worth and get paid for it, and stop worrying about the $99 guy. So we're going to walk around this place quick. This place is painted. It is almost black. It's about as dark as you can get black without actually being black. The gutters are the same color. They're not the same. They're a light or dark gray, and everything on this house, the windows, the doors, everything is black. The siding is meant to be painted as close to black as you can get, and they're in these real wood posts right here, these beams. There's more of them on the porches. I'll get and show you a little better. They're made to look like they're 12 by 12s. They're actually not. They're wrapped, I'm sure, but they're real wood, and they're stained very, very generously. Let's say that. Doors are all steel, things like that. We'll go around this place, black shingles on the roof. The rest of the development, like I said, I'm gonna fly the drone over so you can see, but you can see the houses that are under construction. There's dozens of them. I don't know how many are even in here. Maybe when I fly the drone, I'll actually count. Some of them are done and there's people living in it, like that one there and that one there. And you can see the pickup, the black pickup that's right over there, is actually the builders who's building this community. So if you see trucks in the driveway, there's work being done in each one of these houses, other than a few of them, like these two, I'd say right here, that are being lived in, because there's cars in the driveway. And then the one across from me too, I can tell just because their garage is open and there's kids' toys and stuff like that. So there's a few houses that are sold and being lived in. Most of them are still under construction. Around here, this is a one-story home, but it is about 2,200 square feet. It's got a big layout. Again, more of these huge posts. Real custom work done on everything. Big covered porch in here. It's just dusty though. There's no organic growth. First of all, it's real wood sidings, painted. All the trim is real wood. They've got little stairs going down to their basement access there. It's kind of weird how they didn't paint or stain those though. It's like the only thing on the house that's not painted. Very odd they left that. Maybe that's the one thing left to do on the punch list other than get it cleaned. So this house has been done, completed on the outside anyway for weeks. I'd say maybe even a month, because the lawn is established. It's all weeds, it's garbage, but it's because it's late, it's fall here in upstate New York. The lawn really, there's not much you could do. They hydro seed everything. As they spray it, it kind of just, the weeds take over. So what happens is all the dust and everything from, if you look over there, like that lot is still dirt. There's a dirt lot next to me, dirt being pulled up over there. All that stuff blows around, it attaches to the siding. It's constantly dirty. So the last thing that's done on a house is it gets cleaned. Most builders will do that. They'll clean the inside. They'll have a cleaning crew, maid crew come in and clean. But what a lot of builders don't do is have the outside cleaned. And you can see just from my hand rubbing stuff off, it's just dust and dirt. The rain doesn't really get under here because you have these nice big overhangs, soffits. So I'm just gonna rinse the whole house off. Pretty simple jobs. Even next door, the house is being lived in, I could tell, but they're having a pool put in. There's construction fencing out there, the backyard's fenced off. Front of the place, again, nice big wood posts. Stonework on the front, probably a lot of dust from every time the homeowners actually got their name on a little placard in the front there. Every time you cut one of these stones, the dust goes everywhere when the builder does it. It sticks to everything. House washing will rinse it right off. Again, I'm just going to downstream. Not even going to use SH, just a little bit of soap. Garage, black garage door, black trim. This is the little building where I started. I don't know what this is. A little shed thing, but it's attached to the garage. A little different. I know you probably can't see it on camera, but if you come over here, this side is covered in dirt. So my hand's somewhat clean. And you can see all this stuff comes off. So we're gonna give this place a wash. So I'll set up the camera while I'm doing some of it. You can see down here, just, every time they cut whatever they're doing, do landscaping, dirt and dust sticks to everything. So this is what I do. Get these new construction jobs, rinse them all off. So I'll set the camera up on my chest, the GoPro, I'll wear it as I'm doing some washing. Then at the end, like I said, we'll fly the drone over. I'll show you this whole neighborhood. I'll be washing probably every single one of these. And here we go. We're on the back side and we are rinsing a new construction home. Again, it's just rinsing. I have my downstream injector set up to my second soap tank, which it's still just house wash surfactant in there, but it bypasses the bleach tank. So my usual one has 2 lines in it. One goes to the SH tank, one goes to a soap tank, and then they mix together in a little manifold and they come to the chemical injector at the same time. When I'm doing places like this where I don't want any SH, because there's no reason to. I mean, this stuff just got built, this house was just built, you know, a few weeks to a few months ago. It doesn't have anything on it to be cleaned or to be treated with SH. So it just needs some soap and water. And that soap is only on parts of it. Back here where it's not that bad, I can see everything, I'm not in full sun. I'm just rinsing it off. I've only had to use soap on a few sections. So all I'm going to do is go around this entire thing and basically rinse it off. Got this little escape window here. If you're not familiar, in New York State, we have to have these every lower level. Looks like some of the hydro seed guys sprayed their stuff all over the place. Stuff is like concrete. Doesn't always come off without being scrubbed, so I'm probably going to have to get my brush and scrub that little bit right there. But all you're doing with these new construction cleanings and rinse-offs, just making the place look new again. Customers want a new home. They don't even want any dust on it. So these jobs are pretty easy. They're pretty easy to come by also. So if you're in an area and you say, I know I can't grow my business, I can't get customers, the markets are, you know, this industry's too oversaturated, there's too many guys doing it for little money. Well, businesses like this, you know, builders like this, home builders that build these $1 million homes, $1 million plus, there's a couple of them in here that are maybe over 2 or 3 million. They're not going to hire Joe Blow off the street with no insurance and a little 2-gallon-a-minute pressure washer that he bought from Home Depot. He's not going to get this job. It's going to have to be a reputable company, reputable person with insurance and experience. You're going to have to reach out, meet the realtor or the builder or both, find out what they want, what they're looking for, let them know your availability, your terms, sit down and hammer out an agreement with them. And like I said in my other video, you might have to do 1 or 2 of them for free. Show them what you can do. You know, hey, are your clients complaining about the house is dirty when they moved in? They probably never even thought about it, because a lot of builders don't. Like, they'll instantly hire a maid service, the cleaners, to come in and clean the inside right before a homeowner moves in, because there's dirt, debris everywhere. You know, the painting guys are some of the last ones in there. They left, you know, dirt from their shoes, plus just everything's all construction dust on the inside of the house. Every builder thinks of doing that. Rarely do they think, these are just my footprints I'm rinsing off. I was walking the dirt. I'll work my way backwards. Rarely do they think of washing the outside. A lot of builders just think, well, the rain will do it. Well, no, the rain won't. Sometimes the rain makes it worse, splashes stuff up. You got to really wash it, get all the heavy stuff off. It's a great, easy wash jobs. And part of the way I hammered this out was the new homeowner is going to have my information. They're going to know to call me when they want this place washed again. So I'm going to get each one of these in the future. I mean, it's not guaranteed. There's no contract they have to use me, but there's a good chance they will. Because, well, I have the receipts to prove it. A lot of them end up hiring me after the fact. So this whole back right here is rinsed off. I'm just going to kind of pull my way. I already did everything from that corner around to the front. The front's in full sun and my truck's in the driveway. Pressure washer running, so figured I'd film this back part. So I'm just going to keep working my way around. I have 2 more of these little access windows. If you don't know, I mean, I know a lot of places have these, but in New York State, any lower level, whether it's living space or not, even an unfinished basement with nothing in it but a furnace and plumbing, you have to have access, full access. You can't just have the little 24-inch window. You got to have a full, I think it's like 48-inch window, 48 by 30, I think. Big enough to get a human out of. It's for fire escape purposes. So any new home has to have it. Older homes, if you do any building, the code, if you like try to put a bedroom in the basement, has to have that. But on new places, even if there's no bedroom, no living space in the basement, it still has to have that access egress window. I don't know if it's like that in your area, but we have a lot of those and they're always dirty. The water obviously floods down inside there. You can put these covers on them. They're usually plastic to keep the, because you want to let light in. It's a big window, and if you cover it with something solid, it blocks off all the light. The window is basically like painted it black. But it can't just be plastic. It's got to have some type of metal reinforcement, because if you step on it, you'll fall straight down. Not only is it an egress window to help escape, it becomes a trap. Some kid could step on there and fall right in. 4-foot drop down. And then either there's a ladder. I know the one at my house, there's an actual little 3-step little aluminum ladder in there to help you get out. Some of them, they just make it right into the, pour it right into the mold, these plastic molds, these little steps so you can climb out. In the event of a fire, the hydro seed guys got me again here. Sprayed this stuff all over the windows. We'll rinse it all off. This stuff is real thick. Basically has like some type of fiber in it that holds the seed, keeps it wet. Well, it sticks to everything. Best way to dissolve it is just water. Water, water, water. And thin it right out. So when they look out that window from the basement, they'll see that it's clean. Again, as soon as it rains, it'll probably get dirty down there again, but it's a new house. They want it to look new. I don't know when this customer is doing their walkthrough to get this house, but I bet it's very soon, because I just did, you can't see it, but there's a blue house right there. I just did that yesterday. Customer is doing their walkthrough today. So this one is on the schedule to do today. They told me to have it done this week. So it's already Wednesday, so I wanted to have this one done. I bet you the walkthrough is probably Friday or maybe early next week. And I have several more in this neighborhood on the schedule. They just let me know which address to do, have it done by this day. Every now and then there's a fire drill where they say, never mind, do this one right now. And I have an entire contract payment terms with them. So we have their payment processing thing on their website. And I send them proposals. We already know what it is. When they release the job to me, it means they want it done. It'll have a date to be done by. Sometimes they'll call and make a change if they need something done earlier or later. But other than that, it's agreed to right online. Working from the bottom up here, trying to get some of this heavy dirt off. Once it's agreed to by both of us, I do the work. I make sure the water's on. That's one thing. If the house is still being built, sometimes the water is not on these hose hookups, so I have to remind them of that. Not a huge deal. There's so many guys working from this company all through these houses. If I needed something, I could probably just yell and one of them would come running. They would be able to get in and turn the water on. It's happened before. One time there was a window that was left open. It was only like a window like that. It was left open about 8 inches. I think the painters were in there working the day before and left it open for some ventilation and didn't close it. But like I said, all the supervisors and the foremen and all the workers are here all the time. So I can just yell. One of them comes over, or they'll call someone who can get in, rectify the problem, and I'm back to work. And once I'm done, I go on their payment system, mark the job as complete. They release it for payment. I'm usually paid within a week or two at most. Never had an issue with it. But you got to lay all that stuff out. If you're new, you got to kind of hammer them out one at a time. Just say, hey, I'll wash your house for you. Your houses that you're building, get them all clean. When they're ready for turnover, just let me know when you need it. And you can work out a deal with a price. These are cheaper than normal house washes, because you can see I'm not using any chemical. Barely any soap, only on the front and the side over there. I'm just rinsing. It's just my pressure washer, and I'm just rinsing dust off. A lot of fingerprints and handprints, or these guys are framers that build these houses. The siding guys and stuff. They're not exactly, not gonna score any points for being clean. They just slam the stuff up. But I'm gonna continue to rinse off this house. And when I'm done, fly the drone over the neighborhood and I'll show you this place.